by the time the president appears at a dinner tonight, it will have been about 48 hours since he's had a public appearance. So what has he been doing in that time?
He's been meeting with, having internal meetings in the Oval Office. I had a meeting with him earlier today with his senior advisors, senior staff, talking about the issues that matter to the American people. It's not unusual. This is something that he does every day. And like you said, you'll see him later this evening. There'll be press available for the toast that the president is going to give. It's going to be, as you know, an open press avail at the top, and you'll get to see the president then.
If the Fed raises interest rates again today, as it's poised to do, costs for Americans who are borrowing on their credit cards, mortgages, and student loans are going to go up again. So what does this administration have to say to working families who have already slid into debt over rising inflation and are now going to be paying more?
So here's what I'll say first to the Fed. As you know, first and foremost, the Fed is independent, and we do not comment on or interfere in their policies. The president made that clear. He wanted to make sure that the Fed has space to make their decision and to make monetary policy. So want to be very clear about that. As it relates to inflation more broadly, this is a president that has, when it comes to his economic policy, he's put lowering costs for the Americans a top priority. And we understand, and you hear this from the president as well, we understand that the American people, some people are still feeling the squeeze and still feeling kind of the pressure, if you will, of where we are with our economy. And so when you look at the data, there has been some relief in progress in fighting inflation. The consumer price index, most specifically, inflation has fallen over the last 9 months. Inflation is at the lowest rate it has been in almost 2 years, since May 2020. Inflation has fallen about 45% from its peak last year. Wages rose last month and are higher than they were 9 months ago, accounting for inflation as well. Gas prices are down about 140 from the peak after Putin's invasion, and grocery prices fell last month for the first time since September 2020. Again, we understand that there's more work to do. The president gets that and understands that. That's why the Inflation Reduction Act was so important as we talk about energy costs, lowering that, as we talk about healthcare costs, lowering that, and he'll continue to do the work to see what else we can do to help the American people.